Ian Heinisch, you took this fight on short notice. Where were you? What were you doing when the UFC called you to take this fight here in Argentina against Cezar Ferreira?
You know, I was training. I was coming towards the end of my camp because I believed I was fighting in UFC Denver. That was the goal. That was the plan. So I was basically in training camp watching my three teammates getting ready to fight in Denver. I was literally about to pull off the gas and slow down in my training because I was about to peak and I've worked so hard, or I was planning on hopefully getting this fight. So I was at home training, ready for this opportunity.
Did you hesitate at all when the UFC called him saying Ferreira needs an opponent and we want you in Argentina?
No, not at all. I'm very confident in my coach's decision and their belief in me. And I kind of looked at a few videos. I called a few of my teammates, Nate Marquardt, Anthony Smith, who have fought Cezar. They said it was a great fight. I trust their opinion, and I took the fight, no hesitation.
Did they give you any tips at all, things that you should avoid when fighting?
Yes, you know, they gave me a few tips in there, but for the most part, I'm just going to go have fun, trust my instincts, and make Cezar realize I'm here for business.
How do you see yourself beating him Saturday?
You know, I'm expecting a first-round knockout, but I'm ready for a war, and wherever the fight goes, I believe I'm prepared, and I have a great game plan.
If you call yourself the Contender Series king, and he's an Ultimate Fighting winner here in Brazil, do you think it's a battle between champions, the reality show champions?
Yeah, you know, he's a seasoned vet, man. It's a great opportunity for me to skyrocket my career. I believe I took the long road to get in the UFC. I believe I'm on the fast track for a title shot in the UFC. So I'm excited to fight this vet.
Is it kind of surreal for you to be in this position in your first fight after everything you've been through in your life?
Yeah, you know, it's surreal because I've always visioned it thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of times in my head, and now to see it actually happen in person, it's kind of like, wow, here we are. So I've seen it so many times. I'm ready for it. I felt these feelings already because I've played this out in my head so many times. So I'm excited.
Many people don't know your story. You're just coming into the UFC now. You were in jail for some time, right?
Yeah, I was in prison in Spain for 2.5 years for drug trafficking from South America to Europe. And, you know, I was making bad and poor life decisions then, but I've completely turned my life around, and I want to be an inspiration for someone who's in the situation they feel like they can't come out of, and they're at rock bottom. Within 4 years, I'm in the UFC from leaving prison, so I want that to inspire anyone out there listening.
When you were in prison, what did you think your future would be?
You know, I knew I didn't belong there, and I knew I wasn't the type of person who was going to spend my life there. And I knew my God-given destiny one day was to get out and be the UFC champ.
Were you already training and fighting by that time, or you only entered the sport after?
Yeah, so I wrestled my whole life, and in the prison they actually had a boxing program and a wrestling program, and I turned it into just a gladiator camp of training physically, mentally, and spiritually every day. And it helped me quit my drinking and drug addiction that I had before then. So I've been training in there, but the training really started when I got out at Factory X.
And after just short run from that situation to this now being the UFC, do you envision how long do you take for you to be in the top position in the UFC, being challenged for a UFC title, winning a UFC title?
Yeah, you know, fighting Cezar's a win over him will put me in the top 20, and I believe I can just climb the ranks very fast. And I'm thinking, I don't want to rush it, I want to enjoy this journey, but I'm thinking 2 and 3 years I'm going to be a top contender ready for a title shot.